Hello and welcome again to From the Desk of. It's the August 2018 edition. My name is Tim Moody. I'm the Public Information Officer with the Randolph County School System. I'm here with our Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Gainey. Each month we go to a different one of our schools to conduct these interviews, and today we are at Randolph Early College High School, which is housed on the Randolph Community College campus. Dr. Gainey, I want to give you just a chance to talk a little bit about this great school.
Well, Tim, this is a wonderful school. It's one of the highest performing schools in the state of North Carolina. Just continues to get better. Has had great leadership over the past few years from April Thompson, who has now moved to be the principal of Providence Grove High School. And now this year we have a new principal, Shay Grosh, and she is a star. She is going to do a great job here. Very excited about her having a chance to be the principal of this school. It's her first principal position. She's been a assistant principal for 2 years at Trinity High School, and before that she was a assistant principal at Uwharrie Middle School. So very excited to see where she takes this school moving forward from what April did during the last few years. Again, April did a great job, and the kids here continue to do great work. What's exciting to me is seeing at the end of each year when the graduating classes leave here, they all have a plan. Every one of them has a plan for what they're going to do, and that's exciting to see. And just been fun to watch this program develop. I've said before, this program was here when I got here. Two previous superintendents were involved with staff members developing this program, and I guess I just benefited from their great work and the staff members' great work, many of who are still with us now, still in our school system. So it's this school was just a wonderful example of many of the good things going on in our school system. And it's an application school. It's a school choice option for our students, and it's just one of many great examples of things going on in our school system.
Okay. So now Randolph Early College High School, as you mentioned, it's not a new school, but it's new enough that there might still be some in our community that don't really understand or are aware of what the early college model is all about. Could you maybe just give a little bit of an overview of what that is?
Well, Tim, the early college is a partnership between the Randolph County School System and the Randolph Community College, and we appreciate the great support we've had for this program from Dr. Shackelford, the president of Randolph Community College. And really, when you think about what happens here, it's an integration, and when I look at it, it's an integration of the high school experience and the college experience, because when the children come here, they're not only working on their high school diploma, they're having a chance to work towards an associate's degree here at the college. And so they take high school courses as well as college courses. They interact with the high school teachers as well as the college instructors. So it's just a fun situation, and the best way I describe it is it's an integration of the two educational environments, whether it be the high school environment and the college environment. So our kids have taken advantage of it from day one. Everything I've heard has been exciting from the first moment it opened, and I've seen it for 5 years now being exciting atmosphere. So just always every year look forward to see what else they accomplish, because these kids continue to make opportunities for themselves when they come out of this school, as they do at other high schools. But when they come out of this school, they continue to have great opportunities for their futures, and so very excited.
So the early college is not the only non-traditional school that we have in the Randolph County school system. As of the beginning of last school year, we have Uwharrie Ridge 612, another non-traditional model. So talk about that.
Well, Tim, we do have Uwharrie Ridge 612. It's another school choice option in the Randolph County school system. It's an application school just like the early college, and quite frankly, watching the success of the early college is one of the things that led to the development of this idea. The students at Uwharrie Ridge 612, they are put in one of 3 schools of study. It's public service, or leadership and communication, or design and technology. That school is a one-to-one technology initiative, so it's the only school of its type as far as one-to-one technology in our school system, and very exciting development. We had some extra space there, so we were able to do. We had some space we could use for this creative school design, and so in 17-18 we added grade 9. In 18-19, we're adding grade 10, and we'll eventually have it as a full 612 school. And just looking at integrating the students' curriculum work, or course study work with these 3 schools of study. And again, like I say, they get a chance to have the one-to-one technology initiative and have their own Chromebook to work with. Every student has a Chromebook assigned to him or her. So just looking forward to seeing how that program grows, just like this early college has continued to grow and improve. That school will continue to grow and improve as we continue to develop it over time.
And while we're here on the Randolph Early College High School campus, it seems appropriate to give a shout out to Monica Williams. She was named the North Carolina Outstanding English Teacher of the Year for 2018-2019. that just speaks again to the great staff and what's going on here.
And if you went in Monica's classroom, there'll be no question in your mind. If you went in her classroom and you saw what was going on, there'd be no question in your mind why she received that award. She is a fantastic teacher, and she is a great example of what goes on in this building, and it goes on in schools all over the school system. And I'm just very proud of her, proud of all our teachers, because she's a great example of what goes on every day in the classrooms in this school system. But she deserves this honor, and she's well thought of among her peers, and just want to say a big congratulations to her, because this is a well-deserved honor.
So we have moved into a classroom here at Randolph Community College, the home of Randolph Early College High School. So Dr. Gainey, let's step off this campus for a moment and talk about some other things going on throughout the district. You have some administrative announcements to share with us.
Yes, Tim, you know, the summer is sometimes an unusual time. Things develop at different times during the summer, and so we've had some developments. So we had a special call board meeting on August the 8th last week, and so we did name made some principal appointments. Begin with, we moved James Johnson from Randolph Elementary School, where he'd been the principal for 3 years. We moved him to the principal of Southeast Randolph Middle School, and James will do a great job, and that position had become vacant. Gail Powers was the principal last couple of years and has done a wonderful job at Southeast Randolph Middle School, so I'm very excited to see where James goes in behind her and takes the school, continues to move it forward from the great work that Gail did. We also, because James has moved out of Randolph Elementary School, we named Wanda Anders, one of our former administrators who's helped us a great deal. She came in and she's going to be the interim principal at Randolph Elementary for 2 months till we can figure out what our next move is at Randolph Elementary as far as the principal position goes. We also named 2 assistant principals that night. Nicole Duncan, who was a teacher at Braxton Craven School, has now been named the assistant principal at Archdale Trinity Middle School, and she is very, very talented, and looking forward to her work at Archdale Trinity Middle School with Brian Hodgin. He was very excited about getting her as his assistant principal. And then at Trinity High School, we had an assistant principal opening, and Jim Rogers, who was in the classroom at Trinity High School, has now joined the administrative team at that school. And Brian Toth, the principal, was very excited about Jim Rogers becoming an assistant principal for him. And Jim Rogers used to be an assistant principal at Trinity High School, so this is, you know, familiar territory for him, and he's been a very good staff member for our school system. So looking forward to those 4 changes. Again, in future sessions when we do this, you'll eventually hear what have we done at Randolph Elementary School for the permanent principal. But for right now, Randolph Elementary is in great hands because Wanda Anders has done a lot of interims for us, and she worked her career in Randolph County School System. So we just appreciate her stepping in for the 2-month window that we have her for as we look to replace James at Randolph Elementary School.
So as we conduct this interview, we are 12 days away from the first day of school. Believe it or not, it's been a fast summer, but looking forward to a great school year. And I know we've already had a number of things going on. We had our principals and assistant principals and directors who met at the beginning of this month. I noticed on the campus of Central Office yesterday, we had the lead teachers who were all gathering to prepare for the new school year. Those types of things are happening everywhere. So can you just sort of give us an overview of really what's taking place at schools and in the district to get ready for a new school year?
Well, Tim, when you get to this point in the summer, I kind of think about here they come. Because first here comes the staff. Now obviously the early college staff has been in place. They're finishing, I think, their 2nd week of school with the students. But what will happen on the 17th, at the end of this week, on Friday, 2 days from now, we will have the teachers come back at the other 30 schools, and so the principals will welcome them back, and in the next day or 2 of their return, there'll be probably an organizational staff meeting, and they'll talk about things for the coming year, and then they'll break up into groups and work on planning for different areas of responsibility as far as teaching goes, and then you know, administration is going to be working on class schedules, making sure the final touches are made to the kids' class schedules and teacher schedules and all. You know, on the other side, you have transportation department is finalizing bus routes. The child nutrition department is working on preparation to make sure lunches go smoothly, and you know, with transportation that buses run smoothly on the 27th, because the children come back on the 27th. And on top of all that, the high schools kind of swing into gear now. Athletics is really, it starts now probably week and a half before school starts now. I think I saw where there were volleyball games, there's tennis matches, the first football games are the 17th, which is 2 days from now. So you know, once those things start, the high schools really start opening up again. The kids are back on the campus a lot. They've been on campus all August practicing with the fall athletic teams, but you know, the staffs are going to come back in. They're going to work getting ready for the children. But the reality is, what people don't realize a lot of times if they don't work in this business is there's a lot of things been going on all summer, including the teachers who've been away for 2 months. They've been doing a lot of planning on their own, and that gets overlooked a lot of times. And I think the public really, you can't plan for a school year of instruction in the week before kids come back, and I don't think the public really understands that. There are a lot of great teachers throughout this state and this country and throughout our school system, and truth be known, they're really planning all the time, and they've been working all summer, whether some of them found things they wanted to go to that they thought they could go and learn more to help their classrooms, or, you know, so you've got that going on all summer, but you still have teachers, and planning may just be, you know, brainstorming among themselves. What am I going to do next year differently to cover this topic? And so, but it'll be a pretty fast-paced week next week, and then the children arrive on the 27th of August, and 31 schools will be in full force, or 30 more. Obviously, we've got the early college, like I said, it's already been in full force, but, you know, come the 28th, we'll have our second day of 31 schools operating. It'll be a great scene. We'll have yellow buses all over the roads. Children going in and out of cafeterias, eating lunches, and there'll be a tremendous level of instruction going on in classrooms. So just excited for the year to start, but would be wrong not to point out all the work that the staff members will be doing next week, but have been doing all summer to get ready.
And prior to the new school year, there are some dates that parents want to keep in mind. Our open houses at each of our schools, of course with the exception of early college because it's already started, but the open houses will take place next week. Those dates are middle school, August 21st, high school, August the 22nd, and elementary school on August the 23rd. And the times for each of those schools is on the homepage of our website. You want to check that out. Dr. Gainey, what will parents see when they go to an open house?
You know what I think you see when you go to an open house? I mean, you get a chance to meet teachers and all that, but you see the climate and culture of a school. You get to see the staff welcome you and your child. And to me as a parent, I want my child or my two children to receive sound instruction in the classroom. I want them to be stretched academically and all, but I also want that feeling of that. Probably before that, I want to know that when they're there, they're being cared for. And that's what you see at open house. That's that first chance for the staff to make the first impression on the parents. And also, it's a chance for parents to allow staff to put a name and a face together. And so it kind of, to me, that's a relationship building event more than anything. I mean, you can talk about supply lists and you can talk about, you know, the different things you're going to do in the class with their children, but really it's the relationship building night. It starts it right there because there will be parents who will meet teachers that night that they've never met those teachers because either the teachers are new to the school or their children weren't in that grade level or in those types of courses in the previous years. So to me, the night is all about building relationships and all about, you know, letting the parents see the culture and climate that you have on that campus that's going to take care of your children for the next 10 months.
So we have moved over to the Media Center here on the Randolph Community College campus. Dr. Gainey, you want to take just a moment to talk a little bit about volunteerism. You know, it comes up occasionally that we have parents or just others in the community who will express an interest in being involved in the schools, and they'll ask, what do I need to do if I just want to help out? So I thought it might be helpful to use some time to talk about what would a community member need to do to take that step?
Well, Tim, you know, you have many different types of volunteers, and you may have a parent who wants to help the teacher with certain things, and they can obviously tell the teacher, and the teacher can take the information to the principal, or the parent could just go straight in to see the principal or the front office staff and say, where's the paperwork I need to do? I'd like to volunteer at the school. It doesn't have to always be a parent. I mean, we have a lot of community members who aren't parents at schools. Their kids have maybe already gone through school and graduated. They still come back, community members do, and you know, volunteer at schools. So we do have a process, and so if someone's interested in being a volunteer at a school, they just need to go in and see the office staff, and they'll walk them through the different steps that need to be taken. But we always appreciate volunteers, but we also do have to have a process that's followed so we know who's on our campuses and making sure we're maintaining safety for kids at all times.
So just across the lobby from where we're standing here in the Media Center is the auditorium at Randolph Community College, and it was there last week that a really special event took place regarding the Apprenticeship Randolph program. I know you get excited about this, and I want to give you a chance to talk about it.
Well, Tim, we had our second sign-in event last Thursday night on August the 9th, and very exciting event because what happens in that event is the companies, the children that are signing on as apprentices, the companies come, and one by one the children are announced, and a lot of they're showcased. Their picture was up on the screen, there was music playing. They go up to a center table on the stage and they sign on the paperwork with the company that they're going to be the apprentice for. We have 16 local companies now. When we started the first year, we had 12. 4 more have joined. So we just did our second class of apprentices. I'm very proud for our kids, because the first class, 16 apprentices were selected in August 2017, and all 16 of those were from our school system. This year, 17 for the second class were selected. 11 of the 17 were selected from our school system. So it is a very rigorous process. I mean, you just don't say, I want to be an apprentice. You go through orientation week, a pre-apprenticeship experience. There's a lot of scrutiny on these candidates by the companies, because when the children are selected, they're paid as apprentices while they're still in high school, finishing their high school diploma, and then they're paid as paid apprentices while they're finishing doing their associate's degree, which starts while they're in the high school, kind of like the early college. While they're in the high school grades, they're beginning to work on the associate's degree as well. And the apprenticeship program runs to 2 years past high school, and so the benefits for these children are when they finish the program, they wind up with a journeyman certificate. They wind up with an associate degree in applied science for manufacturing technology, and they wind up with a job with the company that they signed on. So it's a win-win for everybody. It helps us with opportunities for our children, and the companies are developing future employees, and just very excited. And I've said this before, and I want to stress a couple things about this. Very excited and appreciative of what the school staff does, the counselors, the career development coordinators. I believe that at some point, I know principals are going to be involved in these conversations with children, but really you got to go to these counselors and career development coordinators, and at the high school level, and then teachers are probably being asked questions by children about this program. Want to say thank you to them. Want to say thank you to the businesses or the companies for engaging in this, because this is a great partnership that's developing in this county. And I want to say congratulations to the kids, and just tell them how much I appreciate them taking advantage of these opportunities. And finally, the parents. I mean, and I didn't list those in any order of priority, but none of this happens without parents' encouragement of their children as well. And so very proud of all 4 groups of people, just because of their work. But same token, when I look back at it, I see this is kids taking advantage of a great opportunity, and parents supporting their children. And so thank you to all those groups for what they've done to make this program a success. And I believe it'll just continue to grow. I think it will grow as far as the industry partners will continue to increase, as well as the number of kids selected in future years.
Okay, so to close out this interview today, what I would like to do is actually fast forward to the end of the school year in June, when you and I are standing together and we're looking back on the 2018-19 school year. What do you want to be able to say?
Well, Tim, when we get to the end of the school year, I hope that the phrase that we've kind of followed for about 2.5, 3 years now, the principals that's been on the board, at their meetings, sister principal meetings, and central office administrator meetings, there's been a phrase that says, move the needle forward and minimize any backward movement. And I hope that this year captures that theme like previous ones have. I hope we continue to get better. And when we talk about getting better, we're talking about in a lot of areas. We're not just talking about student performance. We're also talking about opportunities children have when they leave us. Are the children continuing to leave us with opportunities for their future after high school graduation? Are we continuing to build a culture in this school system that's been here for years? Are we continue to build it and develop it for a future, one of teamwork with staff members at the school level and between the school and the central service level? You know, those are the kind of things that we want to look at every year and say, are we continuing to get better in those areas? Are we continuing to, can we continue to work to earn the respect of the community and the public, and where they feel like we're being transparent with them? That's the things we want to continue to work for. And are we, you know, one of the things, you know, we talk about our core values of the school system. Do they see us? Are we visible in the community? Are we visible on our campuses? You know, are the school staff, when you go on a school staff, do you see the principal and the assistant principal and the teachers? Do you see central service administration out in the buildings? Or you know, hopefully those things will continue to increase, and the visibility will continue to increase as well. But really, it comes down to one thing: have we gotten better from the end of the 17-18 school year to the end of the 18-19 school year? There's the real piece.
Thank you, Dr. Gainey. And the next time we get together for our interview, school will be running full bore for all 31 of our schools. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a great school year. Again, we want to thank the community for allowing us to come and share these highlights with you. Thank you to Randolph Communications. And thank you again to Randolph Early College, High School, and to Randolph Community College for allowing us to be here today. We will see you in September.